WhatsApp is the most famous messaging app across countries with over 2 billion users worldwide. Surprisingly, all this fame was achieved without a cent spent on advertising. Koum, the mastermind behind WhatsApp, was rejected by Facebook in the late 2000s when he applied for the job. Ironically, in 2014, it was Mark Zuckerberg who invited Jan for dinner and offered an opportunity for him to join the Facebook board. A few days later, Facebook announced that they were to purchase the work of a once-rejected job applicant for a shocking $19.3 billion. Stick around till the end as we reveal why Yen received one of the biggest acquisition offers in the history of Silicon Valley. Who is Koum and how did he become successful? Yen was born in a small village in Ukraine in 1976. He survived through a tough childhood by living off the bare minimum necessities. When he turned 16, he moved to California with his mother and grandmother. His mother packed their luggage with school supplies from Ukraine to avoid buying it in America. Unfortunately, as much as they tried, his father didn't make it to California and he passed away in 1997. To instant message my dad then would have been something Jan had always hoped. They found a small 2-bedroom apartment with the help of a social support program. Jan and his mum struggled financially living off food stamps. Searching for a source of income, his mother took up babysitting jobs and Jan found a job at a grocery store as a cleaner. Time went on and when his mother was diagnosed with cancer, they used her disability allowance to make ends meet. She passed away in 2000. In his teen years, he began developing a knack for programming and enrolled at the San Jose State University. With this, his career prospects improved significantly. He found jobs at Ernst & Young, Hoo, and later joined Yahoo. By this time, he was an infrastructure engineer and with this he dropped out of school. After 10 years of employment at Yahoo, he took a year off to travel. In 2009, after leaving Yahoo, Yen 37, and Brian, 44, were unaccepted for jobs at Twitter and Facebook. How did they end up being paid millions by Mark Zuckerberg instead of employing them on a regular 9-to-5? Yen bought an iPhone. Seeing the Apple Store, Yen and his long-term friend, Brian Acton realized that the future was in their hands. It was the beginning of a technologically advanced tomorrow. And we are calling it iPhone. And they couldn't wait to hop on. They cooked up an idea for an app. No, it wasn't for messaging. Yes, it was called WhatsApp to project the idea of what's up. What's up, Joey? How you doing? The app initially was developed to show information and status of each person in the address book. Simple statuses of individuals. Simple as battery low at a meeting, at the gym, on a call and similar. With the help of a few other friends, the app was developed and incorporated in 2009 as WhatsApp Incorporated. The beginning was rough. Yen considered dropping the idea and finding a regular job. Brian was persuasive and often encouraged him to wait out the rough times. Few months later, Apple launched push notifications. This is when the revolution began. With push notifications enabled, users were notified when another status changed. Unexpectedly, yet for the better, the new system encouraged a drastic change. Users began updating statuses in the form of instant messaging. It began with simple messages updated to the status. On my way, woke up late. Eventually, it was leading to a messaging app, though it was not created for that purpose. Grabbing the opportunity, Jan put out the WhatsApp 2.0 for messaging. He developed the app to run on the mobile phone number rather than username and password, mainly because users forgot the other and he was keen on getting every ingredient just right. Soon, the app was used by 250,000 individuals. Brian, seeing the app take off to new heights, joined in. He became a co-founder as he brought in $250,000. WhatsApp was gaining recognition, including Google proposing acquisition offers. In 2011, Sequoia Capital invested in WhatsApp. $8 million. They signed the agreement on the door of the North County Social Services where Jan used to queue to get food stamps. Over the next 2 years, WhatsApp was used by 200 million users. Seeing the potential of the app, Sequoia Capital came back to add $50 million, resulting in WhatsApp being valued at $1.5 billion and eventually leading to active users increasing to 400 million. If someone learns about our product from their friends, that's a huge endorsement. If you hear about it from the press, a commercial, it's not the same. Yen maintained 3 rules to business. 1 was that he would not take part in advertising. 2, the app would maintain user privacy and not keep any records of messages. And finally, the 3rd rule, his app would provide smooth, reliable, and fault-free services. There's a handwritten note by Brian in Yarn's office. It says, "No ads, no games, no gimmicks." Yarn's rules led to his app to become the most famous messaging app in just a few years. And he maintained his position at the top, surpassing many rivals, including Apple's iMessage, Facebook Chat, Line, WeChat, Snapchat and many more. It was the year of 2014. Mark Zuckerberg proposed the acquisition of WhatsApp for $19.3 billion and provided Jan a seat in the Facebook board. Mark's offer for WhatsApp was one of the biggest offers in the history of acquisitions. Why was Facebook this interested in WhatsApp to flash an astonishing amount of money? User growth. WhatsApp was growing exponentially, 450 million users at the time of Mark's offer, and 70% of its users were active daily. Mark knew soon it would reach 1 billion users. If an acquisition was to take place, both firms would speed up on the growth chart. Having already acquired Instagram in 2012, Mark was aiming for cross-platform communications and growth. Why did Jan sell his life work to Facebook? He was looking out for the majority of his people. $19.3 billion is no joke. The co-founders agreed it was time to let go, mainly keeping in mind the massive benefits the acquisition would bring to the 50 employees of WhatsApp and investors. During a public appearance at Stanford University, Brian said, "I had 50 employees and I had to think about them and the money they would make from this sale. I had to think about our investors and I had to think about my minority stake. I didn't have the full clout to say no if I wanted to." Today, 8 years following the acquisition, WhatsApp has maintained its position by becoming the most popular instant messaging app by having acquired 2 billion users across the globe. And more than 100 billion WhatsApp messages being sent every day. Out of the 180 countries and 60 different languages WhatsApp is available in, it is the most popular messaging app in more than 100 countries. India is listed at the top as the country with the most WhatsApp users. The self-made billionaire Koum has acquired a remarkable net worth of $9.1 billion. Comment below which app do you want to make. You can be the next Koum. Check this inspiring video.